Alright, so good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everybody. Whatever your time zone is, welcome to our stream. And yeah, happy weekend, and I hope you guys are enjoying your day so far. Today we're going to do some post content in Final Fantasy 9. And to be honest, it's my first time doing the post content analysis. Like, we're going to review the story of the game, and also we're going to do post content. So I looked something on the internet on what are the quests that look interesting. Okay, and so far what I've got here, so I already have my notes. As much as possible, whenever we are playing, I don't like to go search the internet just for me. And just for me to know what am I going to do next, stuff like that. And not sure. There's some changes on the configurations right now on my stream. So if it happened that the music is how about that? If it happened that like the background music is much more louder than the voice, you can actually you can let me know. So I look up like side quests that we can do today. The first one that I saw would be I have my notebook here, so I just write it down. So first we can go back to the Black Village Forest. This is like the notes. Not sure if you guys can read it, but I basically write a note on what side quests are worth doing in terms of the story and what's interesting. So that's what we're going to do. And again, as you know, we're still keeping our philosophy in gaming we're in. We play the game as is, as raw as possible. So it means that we're not going to have any spoilers, any hints on how are we going to deal with the game. And the only time that we're going to look on the internet or need some good story side quests is that after we beat the game. So last stream we finished Final Fantasy 9, and that was, it's been so long since I'm so immersed in the game and in the battle and also on the story itself. So well, we cannot just like move on right away, right? So today we're going to do those post content the game, like we have told so many times already. And also aside from that, we're going to do analysis like let's fix something here. We're going to do like story analysis of the game, and while I'm fixing something here. And as you all know, this is going to be my first time. This is going to be my first time doing a review on the story. So if it's not as good, so there's always like a first time, right? Just watch me how I choke on how would I explain the story and what's the message of the game, what's the specific part of the story about, or what's my interpretation on that specific part of the story. So we're going to review especially the ending part guess that's still something that's fresh to us. So that's something that we're going to do as well. We're going to do today. And what else? Yeah, I've updated the title. I hope you can already see it. Like when I stream, I think I haven't updated the title. It's still like an end game title, which is that's for last week. But today it's already like the post content of the game. And then yeah, later you can see in the title. One interesting thing that we're going to do today would be we're going to play Legend of Dragoon. So I already purchased like a real console. Earlier I'm testing it if I can do it on the stream. Well, it turns out that I can. Already have the necessary equipment, but I might encounter something that I haven't encountered yet, because that's going to be the first time that I'm going to stream on the actual console later. So hopefully you can check that out. And yeah, and also again we've updated the stream. I'm not sure if the sound is a bit louder, or like the background music is way louder than the microphone itself. I hope you can help me with that if you guys are tuning on ours. And also, well, aside from that, you can see on the stream, it's actually our anniversary today. February 28th, or around this time. This is the time that we started streaming. I'm not sure if we started streaming or we started to be like affiliate in Twitch, but this is also our anniversary. Yay, congrats to us. Right? But as you know, I think I started around 2022 or 2021, so 2024 in fact. So roughly around, this is like my fourth or fifth year anniversary in Twitch. But as you all know, I've been inactive and then going active. So last year it's the year we're totally active again in streaming, and hopefully we can get that momentum. But so far so good. I think we're doing well. Especially I've already added like the games that I've finished since we started being active again, which is like we've done with Final Fantasy X and also Final Fantasy 9. If you're going to check on this my about status, you'll see there like I finished Final Fantasy and around like September or October, but it lasted like for a couple of months, and I realized that I've been finishing games, and it took me really long time for me to finish a game. Like it took me months before I'm able to finish a game. Because right now we're doing like a once a week stream. Hopefully we can increase that so that we can finish more games. But I think being consistent is much more cooler. So, and that's the only update that we've got here. And aside from that, what else? Aside from that, yes, last stream it was a blast because someone raided me, and it's been so long since someone raided me in a stream, and that was BG. I'm very grateful to that raid that made that stream very special, especially that's like the ending of the game, and there's a lot of people joining in, which is very fun. I believe we've met a lot of people was a real through. Someone raided us, and there's a lot of people hop in this room, which is I think makes it more fun. And we're playing the final boss and stuff like that. There's also some help. I think help like that in the game is okay as long as we're not getting spoilers or anything that would ruin the excitement of the game. I believe. What else we learned during that time? My first time knowing that we can actually use tent in the battle itself, so that's also interesting for me. That saves the final battle by knowing that, and yeah, I find it really cool. Also know the mechanics of the final boss, which is like Necron, and the more inefficient you are on your turn, there's like consequences on that, because the more turns that you guys have or your party have, that will like put additional turn to Necron, which is like a totally different mechanic to other games, because when you're playing like ATB, like I think that's the term, right? That they use ATB, like active time battle system, stuff like that. I'm not sure if that's right. You tend to choose the action right away after that greed goes full, since your opponent has also its own grid, and if that's full and you're not able to think right away, they will able to take advantage of that, and they're going to have more turns than you if you take longer than the usual. And yes, right. Not sure if I'm going to decrease the volume. I think, hello, yeah. I think the volume of the game should be just like a little bit lower than the actual voice. I'm not sure. I believe that's the right setup that we have. And aside from that, it's also my first time. I could have told you I'm planning to buy. I already have like original console, right? That's why we're going to play Legend of the Dragoon later, which is we're going to use like an actual console and that later on. We do all the post content and the game analysis, stuff like that. And where I found that is that there's like a shop in Manila wherein there's like a retro stuff there. So I happened to find CDs there. So as you can see, we have like the original CD of like Suikoden 2. This is also something that we're planning to play on the stream. I'm not sure what will happen, but I'm really excited about it. Suikoden, it's a game that I'm very familiar with. It's already on my radar. They say Suikoden 2 is like the best Suikoden. I believe I played 4 in PlayStation 2, and I only started like intro of that game, and also I finished like the Tier Crease in Nintendo DS. I played also like the tactics in DS as well. I'm very, very much familiar with the series, but on this Suikoden 2, I don't have any idea what this is about. But I'm really excited to play this game as well. We also have the Star Ocean, and later on we're going to play Legend Dragoon. Star Ocean, it's like the same of most games that I know or that's important to me. I only played it like for a couple of hours before, and then I haven't like finished everything, so we kinda need to do it again and finish everything. So that's what our plan is. And yeah, those are the things that we can do today. And aside from that, yeah, I also find this, or I found this mug here, which is, you can see it really like a BB mag we're in. This is supposed to be a collector's item, I believe. But as you all know, I don't like to just display stuff. I'd like to either get something out of it. So this is like a mug. So the main reason why I bought this one is because there's something that wherein I can fill my coffee with, right? Or any drinks that I want. So that's the main reason that we bought this mug right here. And I think it's very cute. We have a VV, like our black little mage cup here. What else? What else? What else are we going to do today? Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. We're going to do some post content today, and then do some story analysis. So again, that's my first time doing a story analysis of the game. So please bear with me if I choke. There's always like a first time, right? So that's totally fine. But I'm going to try my best to say what's my interpretation on that specific part of the game and what makes it interesting and stuff like that. And also the post content, and later on we might do the Legend of Dragoon thing, which is like, it's one of those games that I've also played. Like I already I have this many games or pool that I played before, wherein I know that I really love the game, but I haven't like finished it. Maybe that's because I'm more of like a child back then when I'm playing, and you kind of like just switch on different games. Most of the time you're just going to do like the intro, or like once you're bored you stop playing it and look for a different game. So that's probably what happened. I do have like a lot of games that I know, but most of it is something that I haven't like finished. But yeah, as for this stream goal is to really finish all of those games, and we can provide our inputs or interpretations on that game, like our analysis on that game, and let's see what will happen. Okay. I think I've talked a lot, so much for the intro. Hope you guys are enjoying your day so far. We'll probably have to start this. Not sure if I'm going to go with the ending so that we can start with the analysis part on the ending, because I'd like to point out what happened in this part, why Zidane do this, and my interpretation to that. And there's also some part of the ending wherein there's a lot of people chatted during that time. Hey, do you understand what happened on this specific part? And I totally don't understand it. And I just realized after reviewing it, oh, okay, so this is what this is story or this part about. Okay, so I'm going to reclaim my glory on that and try to explain it and our interpretation and what's our input or insights on that part of the game. Yeah, welcome into our stream, everybody. Alright. I'm enjoying my VV cup here. Okay, I'm going to play the ending, and I probably might pause from time to time. I'm not sure if this is the ending we're in with live. Or maybe we can just like, the problem with this is I cannot skip. Let's just focus on this part. this is the part wherein when I first watched this, I feel like I haven't give, put so much emphasis on the difference between the time frame when Zidane and Garnet separated from each other. Right? If you're going to remember the last scene before this, Garnet's hair is like really short, right? And when they separated, her hair is really short. And right now, look at her hair is like almost like covering all her back right now, which means that the difference between this time and the previous time would be like what, 3 years, 4 years, that long probably. So that's why you understand why Korn is like rushing just to go to Zidane here. But that's something that does not sink in right away when I first watched this. Right? That's why you just like put her crown away, but that's something that we don't do. I don't know what the plan that is, but that probably about to summon. That's why it's just very emotional on this part. But again, when you first watch this, it doesn't sink in right away on like the storyline. I think it just said there that come time something, so you don't know how long it is. You don't have any idea. I love that part that they don't really tell you, okay, this is how long before they reunited again. Okay, how did you survive? This is like the questions asked by Garnet to Zidane. So I sang your song. Still love this part. Can I pause? I really can't pause. I'd like to pause because I'd like to maybe say something on this part. But since I cannot pause or anything, I've also heard like even the lyrics of the song, like the first part, like alone for a while, reflects to the experience of a character. Like I think that happened to Garnet, like the first part, like alone for a while, something like that. I can't pause, so I can't like dissect every part of it. I think what's more interesting is I think we're going to go back to where Kuja's part. Let's just enjoy this part. I have nothing to say here. This is that's not what I'm prepared. Days of the coffee. Yeah, also part of our analysis here, or like post content, would be I'll be providing like my favorite character in the game. I know a lot of people like their favorite character would be Vivi. That's why there's so many items about Vivi. But if I need to choose one character in the game that stood out for me, is that I mean, out of all of the characters, I think I'm choosing between Kuha and Echo, but I really love the character of Echo here. I think she's the character that you're not going to expect. This is like the biggest plot twist on the game itself, or like the cartoon numbers, especially on the part wherein you realize that there's not just like one summoner, which is I find it really cool. There's even a part there wherein I've thought that there's a whole bunch of summoners because she mentioned that she have like a whole family or stuff like that, and it turns out that family would be just like Moogle itself, and it's been guided by Moogle wherein there's like a phase as well wherein that Moogle transform into a different form, like it's a real form, which is I find it really interesting. Aside from the fact that I love her personality as well, but I think even how they introduced Echo and where part we met Echo, it's one of those key aspects of the game that you wouldn't expect. So in terms of like my favorite character as of now that I can think of like on the top of my mind, it's really Echo. It's like out of the norm because I've heard a lot of people love Cornet's character here, which is totally understandable from someone who don't know how to talk or deal with people who being so independent by her own. Right? There's so much growth happened to her in the story. Even Zidane, it's something that there's a lot of people who love Zidane, but it's for us to highlight different characters and what I feel like that needs to receive attention as well. I think that's it. While we're waiting for this, because we cannot skip it, I'd like the part wherein we're going to Pikuha. Then after that, we're going to do the post-content we're in. We're going to visit the Black Mist Village. It says here that there's some conversation out there that's really interesting. And also like the idol on the wall, stuff like that. I think there's really something with that. Like when I first saw the idol on wall, I really thought that it's not just like the idol in itself. And I've heard there is. I hope we can go back, trace that time, and we can play something from that part. Right. Okay, we're just waiting for us to end the game. Well, for my favorite scene, since this will be like story analysis or in-depth analysis, part 1 of Final Fantasy 9. For my favorite scene in this game, it's still the Alexander part we're in. Alexander, like the idol in itself, protected the whole kingdom. And if I'm not mistaken, we don't know that he's always there in the Alexander. So, like Alexandria, and there's like this time that he got this. Well, I'm not sure if that wings is from him, like, or connected directly to Alexander. But that part is really amazing. Like that really stood out for me, or that stood out to me a lot when this very huge golem has this very wide wings and then covering the whole kingdom. So that's one in terms of the scene that really stand out for me. Right, so we're going to go back to where Kuja is. Probably we're just going to watch the video and let's try to dissect or like my interpretations on that part. Let's see. I think it should be here. Wow, okay. This is like the cutscene, but we need to have the whole story. Look at her hair and the difference between her hair on the ending part. It's really so far, right? It's just her garden's hair is just like level on her neck, and then at the ending it grew up until the covering whole her back, which is indicates a very long time, probably 4 years, 3 years, something like that. And I think this one, this is like the scene where that stood out to me the most. Look at that. But I'm not sure if that wings is from Alexander. But I think it is, right? Because that covers the whole. Oh, look at that. Oof. Like he's way bigger compared to the castle itself. I just wish that Alexander has more screen time. I mean, this one could be better if probably he can't move. That's his weakness. But if he can do a bit of movement, that's going to be totally cool. I need to go to the scene where in let's see. Okay. I'm going to beat this final boss again. Whatever. Yeah, and also if there's something here in the game that we would like to tweak a little bit, I think that part wherein who I mentioned, like the 4 guardians that he revived. I think if there's something that we would like to tweak on this game is that we would like to experience that adventure as a partner, like those 2 people in the group wherein we separated them. We dropped them on each guardian's location during where we are in Gaia. I really wish that we can have that moment with them and then do a full adventure with those 2 person involved. Then fight the guardians using those 2 characters, right? Like that part, it was feel like it was rushed. That they just keep everything and just we just do the final battle on the last guardian wherein Zidane and Inez are the one on that dungeon. Okay. So we're just going to finish this and then we're going to start with the analysis, stuff like that. And then we're going to do the post-content like what I mentioned. So we're going to go to the Black Mage Village and go to the Eidolon Wall and exactly what's there. I put it in my notes. I know there's something there. But we can even dissect more on what the story of the day. How do I deal with this guy again? What? Ow! Okay. Okay. Wait, do I have the other regions? I think I don't have it yet. Whoa! Wow! Oh, that's nice. I don't even remember that I have a hard time battling that last time, but anyway, we're just going to tweak our characters a bit. Because we need to go to the ending part, wherein we beat Kuja. Because if we press continue, we cannot proceed with it. But again, this is a post-content, guys, so... I know this should be just easy, but... There's an item we're in. Where is it again? The outer region. When you realize that autogen is so OP. doesn't have any region is timer. Oh, I'm able to buy that. Auto region, auto flow. Reset it. Auto potion. I'm just going to check if I have equipment that has like an auto region. Okay, I think this is good. Wait, I'm saving. Alright, let me get my coffee first and then let me refill my coffee, then I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. We just refill our VV cup with coffee. Okay, so again, we're going to try to finish this again just because for us to do the story analysis on this game. And let's see. What? Okay, that's bad. I'm not sure why you're first before the finish down. Okay. Timer's dead again. Okay, I can't see now. I didn't realize that we're actually like, this is like a 3 consecutive battle. Useless. Only 3,000. White robe. Wonder what that is. Oh. I wonder if he can reflect comment. Oh, okay. That's not going to work. Wait, what happened to the lake? Why it's not moving? Why is it not moving? Oh, CLSS. can beat him here with Bahamut. Let's go. Oh. Hey, we're here. We're about to face Necron again. Life fears death, but lives only to die. It starts with insight. I've also heard that on the Japanese version of Final Fantasy 9, it's not Necron, the name of this guy. It's more of like either eternal darkness or something related to fear. Because I've heard a lot of like backlash about Necron. Like there are people who's hating Necron as the final boss, but I think the Takaguchi is trying to say that Necron is existing even before everything, like even on the fear of Vivi, like fear of Kuja, on about the limited time that the guys have. Like you can see the difference between how each of those characters accept or how they handle the situation we're in. They do have like a limited time. Like at first, like Vivi is more of like so confused on what's happening, that is just like created by someone, and then his time is also limited. And it was so confused about it, but at the end he's more of like accepting it and just like leave the life that he got, right, that he has during those times. And I think what they're trying to portray here on this part, especially on Necron part, is that they would like to say that Necron is like a representation of all of those fears and darkness that's happening to each one of the characters here. Right? That's why when Kuja exploded and stuff like that, something, there's like some sort of god or creature that just pop out of nowhere. And I can see why some people like hate that part, but I think that's what Sakuguchi trying to present here, that hey, Necron is kind of like the representation of all of those fear and darkness, especially on this game, because I think it highlighted the part on the message we're in, how limited the time is, because most of our main characters right now, they do have like limited time, right? Especially like PV, Zidane, Kuja. Most of them have like a limited time, and you can see the difference between how they handle those situations. Again, Vivi, it's more of like accepting and just lead the way he wants, and Kuja, it's more of like you really jump off the cliff mentally, and he even said like, if I die, I'm going to make you all die. So that is how he handled the situation. So you know, it's really different from people to people. Like, it's really how you handle things. I think that's what one of the message here. Ooh. Defense 47. But I don't have holy yet. And just use it. think we're pretty much good. Good thing is we now know how to fight this guy, so it's not going to be as hard compared to the first one that we've done this. I'm just going to make turns for BB. Just for him not to have additional turns. You know, the difference between fighting this guy, Necron, during your first time compared to this one, so different. Like when you know how to actually fight this guy, it's actually way easy than you actually expected. Yeah, this is his main skill. You shouldn't worry about. Take a lot of time to finish. This skill of him, like the grand boss. Whoa. Instant death. Okay, maybe remedy. Zombie, so magic attack. Go. Please do the magic attack first. White magic. You're up for everybody. Go, use magic tag. Magic tag. Where's the magic tag? Oh my god. believe auto potion does not add additional turns, right? It should not. Elixir yourselves down. Let's wait first. Wait, I'm in Berserk mode? Wait. Oh. Well, that's not easy, but that you already know how to deal with it. Right, let's try one more. But I think this one, this final battle, I'm not sure if on the original version of the game, there's like a way for us to use continue, because if not, we're probably going to redo all those 3 battles, which is totally insane if that's the case for it. Oh, what happened to the focus of my hand? Here we go. Actually, I don't get this part wherein how they're able to transfer their life energy to someone. I know I shouldn't focus that, but I'm still wondering. Because that never happened in any part of the game. Only on this part. Hey, change the background music already. Can I actually debuff that? Let me heal the rep first. Or let nice. Ghost. Oh, it's no longer frozen. Yes. Woo! Do the dagger. Yes. Wrong move. Let's see. What? She's also in berserk mode. You're telling me that even the counter adds extra turn and like the auto potion stuff. Stop attacking Dagger! Oh, you're still in berserk mode. What did I do with that? Kill Dagger. Not sure what we're going to do with Dagger. I'll just kill her. And let's wait. We are all in berserk. How cool is that, right? Oh, nice. Oh! Am I a zombie mode? Very dead, probably. I thought that's going to be just easy because we already know how to deal with it. Maybe I need to remove the counter and the auto potions. Not sure, maybe that adds 2 additional turns of Necron for some reason. I just need to get to that part wherein we're talking about TV, we're talking about Kuja, because again, this is like a post-content stream and story analysis, so I need to get into that part so that I can reread again and interpret the scene, right? So that's what we're planning to do. But this one is still not easy. I'm just going to remove the counter act of the potions. I feel it adds to our turns. I hope it's not, but just for sanity, I'm just going to remove all of that. Because I don't have that on the last time when we were gone. What? I don't have all of this? Is that a dead girl? I don't know what species is Necron. Is he like undead or is or he's like either of these?
See you. Revive. Very nice. She's really able to revive before she totally died. even though that you already know how to deal with it. Perfect. Grand Cross. Basically watching, just watching. What? Oh! Did we kill it? Wait! Really? Okay, that's interesting. I really thought we have to redo again, but that's that's a clutch. But I'm going to continue this one later. I'm just going to grab some food and do our analysis with the story. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. So I just grabbed some food, literally just like one slice of pizza, just for me to have enough energy for this. What do you call this one? Like game analysis, right? So again, this is my first time doing this, so that's the reason that we have to rerun the final battle. Again, if you guys were watching the stream before, we've basically done with the game last stream. So this or just like post content, and I decided to start doing game analysis or story analysis. So again, this is my first time. So why I'm telling this is that um for sure it's not going to be as good, but I'm going to try to give some insights on what's happening in the story and what I think about it, and just better understanding on what they would like uh, to inform us, or to what kind of message that this game is trying to say, right? So, right. But again, that was an intense battle. It's a very close fight. Imagine you're in berserk mode, and literally you're just going to watch, and suddenly you're able to beat the guy thanks to the auto regen and the transform. I think it's still a close fight, even you already know how to deal with it. It's crazy. The Fate Lilemas, and it's really hard to pronounce your name, but welcome to the stream. Did you do any optional bosses? Right now I haven't. I looked into the internet, so I am looking to fight Ozma or Ozma. I don't know the name of the person. I think he's like the super boss. That's what we're going to do for the post content. And again, main reason why we haven't done any optional bosses, we always try to play the game as is, like as raw as we can, like no hint spoilers until we finish it. And once we're done totally finishing the game, that's the only time that I'm going to the check online to get some help, or if there's like additional content that I'm interested in. So if I haven't like bumped into the optional bosses before on my own, probably I haven't. So that's the reason. But welcome to the stream. I'm not sure how to call your name, but I hope you're enjoying your time so far. But yeah, this is post content. We're just going to try to analyze the story of the game, and this is my first time doing it, so I usually just like play the game and that's it. Whatever my reaction, that's already it. So I decided to create like phase wherein I'm just going to analyze certain parts of it, so that's why we have to rerun the final boss again. And yep, later we're going to try to play Legend of Dragoon. That's going to be on the original hardware. That's something that I'm really looking forward to as well. Let's see what will happen for today's stream. Okay, so there's a huge explosion happen after he beat Necron. Where are they? Where are they? Well, anyway, do you have any recommended bosses? Bengali? Is that the nickname? Yeah, we're not reading this. We're just going to focus on the part we're in. would like to put some interpretation in how I understand the story to give better meaning on the game itself. I think that's where I'm going to focus. You can fight Hades in Memoria too. How can we fight Hades in Memoria? I haven't met that guy. But here's what I'm planning to do today. First, I'm going to go back to the Black Village because I put some notes here. So I basically write what the side contents I would like to do. But I'm going to also add that. But I'm going to go back to the Black Village. There's like conversation there that it says here that we might be interested. Also, going back to the Eidolon Wall, there's like a message from Garnet's father, which is also very interesting for me. And do some Jokobo hunting if we still have more time to deal with that. Water area in a corner. You can find Hades in Memoria. Water area in a corner. I'm going to check that out. I'm going to look my save point. And this is the part wherein he trying to rescue us, and to be honest, at first I didn't understand the consequences, what will happen here, but after reading and watching the whole ending, the reason why they are there's so much conversation happening here is because there will be chance that Zidane will not be able to go back because no one's gonna rescue him. And at this time, he's hearing Kuja's voice, which is and that's the main reason that he would like to be left behind. Yeah, I also would like to highlight that on this part, someone told me on the chat before that there's something about the text, the message, about the script and everything. And if you're going to realize, or if you're going to understand the whole idea on this part, basically, Vivi on this part, this is like the last time that we actually met him in the story. Right? Because if we're going to fast forward the scene, on the last part of the ending, the only representation of Vivi there would be his son, like the baby Vivi. Right? So that's how like how the details that we're not able to uncover before this. That's what I would like to point out or highlight, because during my first play on this one, like on this part, I don't really care about I don't even know why they are saying goodbye to each other, and they are very dramatic, but it turns out like there will be chances that they will not be able to go back because no one's gonna save him after they left on this place, and it's everything's going to collapse, right? And that's also the reason that they're trying to stop Zidane for doing this and that, trying to be heroic, stuff like that. But I think what stood out to me on this one after I review it, after I like analyze this part, I feel like Zidane, I'm not sure if he's right, if he's really trying to rescue Kuja on this part, because we all know that Kuja's gonna die anytime soon, and probably there's no way for us to be able to help him back. But if you're going to go back to the part wherein why Kuja got so mad, it's because he's so afraid of death itself. And I think that's like that's the main story of this game about how you handle that stuff like that. And what's wrong with my camera? Okay, this is like an autofocus thing, but I'm not sure why it's so zoom in right now. Okay, but I think I would like to highlight the part wherein we all know that who is so afraid of death, and Zidane, as you can see on how he handled his relationship with Makoto. He's trying to act like the big guy, like the big brother for the Genomes. So I think I found it really cool that if you understand it in a way that Zidane probably is not trying to save Kuha on this part, but it's more on he's just trying to be like the big brother to, or brother at least, because well, probably the first one created, right? Like he's just trying to be a brother to Kuha, wherein we all know that Kuha is like super like scared. Wait. Can you zoom out a bit? Okay. Wait, this is a problem if you don't know the specifications of your camera. It's just like super zoom out. I don't know what to do. Okay. That's fine. Doesn't matter, just listen to me. Yeah, and the reason why he's going here, because he just like wanted to have a companion during his last few hours alive, right? So that's what kind of meaning that I'm getting from this part, when we're about to jump on that part. And for this one, this is like the last conversation. Wait, skip it. But yeah, this is also the part wherein it's already like the last conversation between Zidane, and Vivi, so which is very traumatic in a sense. Because on your first playthrough, most likely no one will understand it that way. And okay, this is like the last conversation with Vivi. But I really love this part. Like that Zidane is trying to be a hero. I don't know if I'm going to make more analysis in the future, but at least I tried, right? So again, this is my first time doing all this analysis thing, and there's always like the first time I keep on saying that. Just for me, if I choke, it doesn't do well, it's fine. Yeah, I also love this part where Zidane is kind of like gliding on the pines here. Wow. Mm. There you go. Like he didn't expect us to be here. Okay, this part, based on what I've searched, there's like a different um, translation from the Japanese version to the English version. I don't think this is still the same, but I think it's more on the English version. They really try to make it as fun, but on the Japanese version, like the conversation between them is more of like a serious thing. I'm not, but I don't mind this. Like, yeah, like at this point, he's just trying to be with Kuha this time. I think that's what Zidane is trying to do here. Like he cannot just leave Kuha behind, knowing that he knows what Kuha is experiencing. And I think that's what something beautiful about this, right? And it's not something that you're going to totally understand when you're going to play it once. Something that you really need to put your attention into the game and interpret it on this way. I'm not saying that this is totally true, but at least what we are dealing right now is he's not trying to save Kuha here, right? He's just trying to be with Kuha. Yeah, that's the last time that with each other, and I think it's still it's beautiful. And the main question here is that after this part, then it transitioned to the castle to I don't know what happened to Zidane between those times, right? I think he's like he's gone for like a couple of years without us knowing what he did during those times. Oh. We were all created for the wrong reason, but you alone defied our fate. There's something that also we can learn from this one, right? It's not because this is what they want you to do, like Kuha. I think main reason for Kuha, not I think if there's something that you would love about Kuha, he's not the kind of person who just follow whatever been told to him, but he has his own way of dealing things. But of course, it's not as as good. But there's certain sort of freedom and independence compared to other people who's just like living like a norm or like what the society's gonna say. I think that's something admirable. Kuha. Yeah, and during this time, which is also I haven't noticed that my first reaction to this that Vivi like forget everything. That is that what happened? But it turns out like at this time, Vivi is already dead, and that's the main reason I'd like to go back to this part because when I played it first, I don't realize that, and that's really sad, right? Yeah, rip Vivi definitely. And this is like the last message always talk about you, Zidane, how you were a very special person to us. Because you taught us how important life is. And also the sport. I've also heard like there are three types of death. I'm not sure if this is like right. I'm trying to recall on top of my memory. And main reason why there's a lot of people who's um hurt. I don't know what happened here because uh the guy, and what's the name of this guy again? Like he forget about everything about prayer here, and in a certain religion there's like three types of death. Like first one would be like the physical death. Second would be the death of like the memory, like by losing your memory, right? And this is what happened to her. And third is that if people around you like forget about your existence. That's like the three kinds of that, and I feel Freya experienced that in a way, so you kind of know how much brave of the person she is. At least Beatrix and Tanner are together on the ending. I wish they have a better screen time with Amaranth. I really don't feel his character. But maybe that's the kind of person he is. Like that's the character they imagine for Amaranth. Thanks for giving me time to think. Just like clueless on what he's going to do. And yeah, Kina, there's also a lot of people who loves Kina. They said that Kina is like the character that's more stoic than everybody. Like he can always find something good in every situation. Okay, and yeah, my favorite character. If you meet on the stream, so Echo, I'm thinking it was my favorite character. There's a lot of people who loves Vivi, loves Garnet, and Zidane. I would like to give people like I would like to give Echo like the attention that she deserves to. She's also like the character that really stood out to me on this game. Especially how we met her. That's totally insane. Like the plot twist that there's another summoner. Love her on that part. And she's living with a Mughal, stuff like that. You don't know what happened to her, like her childhood. Imagine being raised by Mughal. And now she finally got her own family. It's not that Mughals are not family, but she's on her own kind too. Who's that? My memories will be part of this guy. I think that's also Vivi's word, right? And yeah, even this part, this does not seem to me right away. Like her hair becomes really long. That it can, and if you're going to think about it, the difference between like your hair is on your neck and right now on your back, that will take a lot of years. That's how long they're not able to see each other. I just can't imagine what Garnet feels during those times. Like, Zidane should have like better explanation on that, right? Why is away for that long? Started with a theater and then they ended it with a performance as well. More than become a mindless puppet. Why it feels like there's like at some point there's like so many characteristics of a puppet shown on this game. Like how Garnet is like being controlled at the first part of the game on how she would act. That's one of the reasons that you don't know how to deal things on her own when she first get outside the castle. I feel like if there's like a certain message from Final Fantasy 9 to put us in a situation wherein we should not box ourselves on what people would like us to do, right? Like what a puppet does. There's a timeline for the game. Wait, I don't think I'm reading it. Okay, there's a timeline for the game. What do you mean timeline for the game? Like I'm not colored. Dates for the events. Whoa, really? Real. So it means we know how long Zidane and Garnet was separated. So how long? Like how long we're not able to see each other here? Because all I remember is that it just said like sometime in the game. But the actual dates, I'm not so sure with that. I'm not sure if I'm able to see that or even able to check that. Like, is that right? Dates for the events in the game. I'm not sure if I get it right, but if there's like a date, so you mean we know how long they were separated to each other? Is that what you mean? Wait, just says something. Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't specify. Everything else is specified. Oh, okay. So just this last part, they haven't specified. Which is like very important, right? And that's the main reason I like to go back on this part because I did not appreciate it as much. It's because I'm watching it like scene after scene. And I'm not able to like think, internalize, oh, okay, I saw that her is long, but I'm not able to think that, okay, that means this, like, was separated for a long time. That's something that I'd like to reflect on. Oh. Nice, that's the queen here. Oh, why are you not giving way to the queen? Oh, no, they don't look so shocked that we're in the middle of the crowd. Yeah, just says sometime later. Yeah, it shows how mad she is, right? It's not just she missed Zidane at this point. For sure, she's also mad. Why it take that long? Okay, I love that you're holding hands, carrying that sword. And yes, that's the ending of Final Fantasy IX. And that's also like my analysis on certain parts of the ending, which I again, my first time doing that. So I review the video and for me to put inputs on how I interpret the whole scenes here. The game from this one to time skip takes 2 months. But you know what? I haven't looked into that. Like, I probably missed that part wherein they show that's like the timeline of the events. Such a beautiful game. Okay, I'm planning to do post content supposedly, but I think the analysis for today, that would be enough for Final Fantasy IX. I'd like to play a new game since I'm trying to move on this game. I'd like to play a new game, and then I'm not sure if we're going to go back with post content with ff9, doing the side bosses and going back to the village and to the Eidolon Wall and meeting Asma, doing the Chocobo side quest missions. Still worth doing, but I also would like to play a new game. Right now, I'm still checking what games we're going to play next. But I recently purchased original console or like PlayStation 1, and I have my CDs here. So this is my first time playing on original console finally after playing chess on Steam. So we've got Suikoden. There's also an option to play next Suikoden 2. I've heard that this one is like one of the best Suikoden. I only played the Tier Crease in DS. I'm aware on the series. Played like Suikoden 4 for the intro, and we also have Star Ocean. For the Legend of Dragoon, I have the CD, but I don't have the case. So but I decided I'd like to play Legend of Dragoon. It's one of those games that I played when I was a child and just played it on the first part, and then I probably got bored or stuck somewhere and then move on to a different game. Same with Final Fantasy IX. It's just like more on I just played the intro when I was like kid, so I'd like to go back playing it again. So I'll be doing some changes on the setup since this is like on the Steam version and I need to move from a console. I need to set up the what do you call that, the reader for output, and just have to plug the RGB to HDMI and project to the monitor. Hope it will work well. I'm not really sure. It's my first time streaming using original console. Okay, just give me a moment. I'm going to prepare for The Legend of Dragoon. I'm not sure if it's okay now. Like audio and my voice. It's quite different. I'm not sure if it's okay now. Like audio and my voice. If it's Legend of Dragoon, it's not working. All the other discs are working. It's sad. Let me try. Maybe I just putting the wrong disc. Let me try. Maybe I just putting the wrong disc. Hello. Uh, so I had a problem with playing Legend of Dragoon. There's something wrong, right? Region lock or something. It's not working. So right now I can only play region lock. It's not working. So right now I can only
And I really tried to play region
Okay, I'm not sure what you guys are doing. Okay, I'm not sure what you guys are doing. Let me try that. Let me know if it's better. This one is. See, this works. Right. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, sadly, we're planning to play Legend of Dragoon, but it it did not they're not as or expected. I think it's something to do with the region bypass or something. It's not working. All other games are working, like the Vagrant Stories, Suikoden 2. I got a Star Ocean, but it's a Japanese, so I can't play that. So we're probably just going to play Suikoden 2 right now. I'm really excited to play this Legend of Dragoon, but I think this one is also a good one. So let's try it. Look at that. Alright, so this is our first time playing this. Suikoden 2. Okay. Change it. I thought about going back to Gary, but then went to that out of hey, okay. Gary is probably waiting for you to come back. Any foundations must be bring down to that. It's not so that's what so anyway, should we go to sleep soon or do you want to get some fresh air or something else? Sure, let's go outside. Yeah, I think with you. Sure. I'm not so used to controls anymore. Access for interactions with PS4 and space for me. We've got items, and then what's that sound? Then can we actually look? 60 damage, but I'm gonna use this. Actually, settings, minus speed, Windows, stereo. Oh, okay, nice. Oh, okay. Good thing we can change the volume here because like yeah. I think that's fair. That's enough. That's the enough volume for him. Okay, I hope you're hearing me well. Okay. It's supposed to be Legend of Dragoon, but since I'd like to play this version of something, let's deal with it. And also, it's a, oh, okay. It's also so we get into is like it's also in my bucket list. So others. So each character has their own items that you can and probably has their own item as well. That's how I see it. Okay, we got. I think it's raining. I think it's raining outside. Okay. What we're going to be announcing. Okay. Okay. So you change the lobby. If the captain finds out, then what I understand. Oh, but so listen to this. It was my turn onwards. The captain said forget it. It's a piece of agreement. This here. We can finally go home. We never went to the front line. I'm glad. What did you say? Those aren't the proud words of Highlands from the Unicorn Brigade. Are you feeling all gushy too, Robert? Already feel like you're back in mommy's office? What? Oh, those two are always arguing. It is soundboard. Then he sleeps after that. Okay. Robert. You two, where are you? Where are your uniforms? I'm sorry. Well, I'll forget it this time. Go back to your tent and get sleep. Yes, yes, sir. Yes. don't think I can continue today. We might just need to do this next time. Um, like there's so many things that happen on on our stream today. I really hope that we can continue, but at least we can play a few games. It's either I'm going to play Vagrant Story in this thing, or I'm going to play uh like Suikoden 2. But I'm really aiming to play the Legend of Dragoon, but it's not working right now. There's nothing that we can do. Probably about the version of the country, something like that. But again, thank you so much everybody for being on the stream. Hope you guys enjoy our stream today and happy weekend. And yeah, enjoy your day. Goodbye. Thank you so much everybody. Goodbye.